Neil Diamond starting a comeback. A website publishes this headline: Dazzling in concert, Neil Diamond Tour 2026 unveiled. The article reads, "Get ready to be dazzled because the iconic legend Neil Diamond is back with his highly anticipated tour for 2026. Fans around the world are abuzz with excitement as the announcement of Neil Diamond Tour 2026 has taken the music industry by storm. Known for his captivating performances and timeless hits, Neil Diamond promises an unforgettable concert experience that will surely leave audiences in awe. Madison Square Garden, June 15th, 2026. VIP packages, meet and greets. It sounds too good to be true. And when something sounds too good to be true, here's what we know for certain. Neil Diamond retired from touring in 2018 after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He was 76 years old. He made it clear his touring days were over. But he also said he'd continue writing and recording, and in the years since, he's made a few surprise appearances. Singing Sweet Caroline at a Red Sox game, performing at charity events. Just last year, in October 2025, he took the stage in Denver at 84 years old and told the crowd, "I've been through it all now, and I'm still coming back for more." So could it be real? Could the man who sold 125 million records actually be planning one final tour? I've been following the trail, and what I found will surprise you. But before we get to the truth about 2026, you need to understand the journey, because Neil Diamond's story isn't just about whether he's coming back. It's about a man who once ran off stage in terror and the incredible transformation that followed. Let me take you back to December 1966. A small club in Hollywood, Dave Hull's Hullabaloo, which would later become the Aquarius Theatre. A 25-year-old songwriter is about to perform live. Neil Diamond already has hit songs. He'd written I'm a Believer for the Monkees, a worldwide smash. On paper, he's a star. But songwriting and performing, two completely different things. That night, a critic writes, "Diamond beat a strategic retreat from the stage. It's not a metaphor, he literally fled." Years later, when asked about the meanest thing ever said to him, Neil admits, they were absolutely right. He was terrified on stage. His manager at the bitter end in New York had to tell him, stop talking between numbers, because his stage banter was so awkward. At the Hollywood Bowl that same year, Neil describes his own performance. "I didn't know what the hell to do, so I wore a big cowboy hat and came on very cocky. The whole audience just went, 'Whoa!' and it blew my mind." Fast forward to the 80s. Neil Diamond returns to the Aquarius Theatre, the exact same venue where he'd made that humiliating retreat 22 years earlier. But this time, it's for a concert special, Greatest Hits Live. Directed by 18-time Emmy winner Dwight Hemian, the 60-minute performance features 16 songs before an intimate audience. The setlist is pure Diamond: Sweet Caroline, America, Forever in Blue Jeans, Heartlight, a Beatles medley tribute to John Lennon. But the most powerful moment comes after Hello Again. Neil addresses the crowd. "I first played at the Aquarius Theatre in December 1966, where a reviewer said, 'Diamond beat a strategic retreat from the stage.' And I did. But you know, after 20 years of practice, I don't have to be to strategic retreat anymore. I can stay up here, and people sit and listen. It's a nice feeling.
Thank you so much. I performed here at the Quails Theatre in December of 1966. And the reviewer said, after completing his set, Diamond beat a strategic retreat from the stage. And I did. But, you know, I guess 20 years of practice and I don't have to beat a strategic retreat anymore. I can just stay up here and people sit and listen. It's a nice feeling. Come back again. Yeah, I want you to stay next time.
The nervous kid who ran from the stage had become a superstar who could stand in that exact spot and smile about it. By the late 80s, Neil Diamond is selling out arenas worldwide. His concerts run over 2 hours. Critics who once dismissed him now praise his stamina and showmanship. The transformation is complete. His golden era? The late 60s and 70s. Sweet Caroline in 1969, now a stadium anthem. Cracklin Rosie in 1970, his first #1 hit. Song Sung Blue in 1972. The duet You Don't Bring Me Flowers with his old high school friend Barbra Streisand in 1978. Over 125 million records sold worldwide, one of the best-selling artists of all time. And he never stops touring. Into his 70s, he's still commanding stages. His 50th anniversary tour in 2017 grosses more than the Rolling Stones that year, more than Bruce Springsteen. At 76 years old, he performs 2-hour shows with the energy of someone half his age. At 84 years old, standing at the microphone, he says, "I've been through it all now, and I'm still coming back for more." Which brings us back to those websites, those tour announcements, those promises. The truth? There is no 2026 comeback tour. Ticketmaster. We couldn't find any upcoming concerts for Neil Diamond. Songkick. No concert date scheduled for 2025 to 2026. Neil's official website? Silent on tours. Those websites, tour2026.com, Events Liker, Neil Diamond Tour 2025, they're content mills designed to capture search traffic, using stock photos from tribute acts, fabricating details that sound plausible enough to fool desperate fans. What is touring in 2026 is A Beautiful Noise, the Broadway musical about his life. Actors playing Neil, not the man himself. Which leaves us with a question only you can answer. Should Neil Diamond have retired earlier? Maybe in the 80s, when some critics said he'd lost his edge. The 90s, when younger artists dominated the charts. Here's what we know. He didn't retire because his performances declined. He retired because his body gave him no choice. Every concert until 2018 was sold out. Every review praised his energy. Every audience left satisfied. Was it worth pushing that long? Or should he have quit while he was ahead? Drop your answer in the comments. If this video opened your eyes to the truth about those fake tours, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories the internet gets wrong. And remember, good times never seemed so good.